One of the most common problems I see when people are starting workout routines or new exercise programs is that as they start to get towards the end of the first month, heading into month two, that's usually when we start to see people skipping workouts or missing workouts. And this is for a number of reasons. The main thing is that the workouts were created with a very general purpose. So for example, a leg day. You've created a leg day, it's effective movement, there's nothing wrong with the movements, but they're not enjoyable. And you don't see value directly attached to each of these movements. You see value in a general sense attached to the workout as a whole. If I do the workout, I will be a little bit healthier. I will be a little bit stronger. I will be whatever it is, right? And that's fine for a time, but especially if these are very hard movements, eventually the novelty is going to fade and it's going to become work. For most people, this is typically when we start to see the inconsistencies come in and when most people begin to fall off. So how do we stop that? Well, it starts farther back into the problem, and it's down to how we create the workouts. The first thing we should understand is that we're going to get that general benefit of exercise and working out regardless of the movements. Even if they're all the simplest movements in the world, the point is activity. The point is to move and engage the body. So we're going to get the general benefits of exercise regardless of what the actual exercise is. So the next focus becomes, how do I make sure that this is as enjoyable as possible so that I never want to skip it, right? That's what we're really trying to do, is identify what are the friction points, what are the pain points that typically cause me to start becoming less consistent or skipping workouts or giving up. What are the things that usually push me off course? And how can I limit those as much as possible? For a lot of people, it's either not enjoying the movements because it's either hard or it's not fun, or they just don't see the direct value attached to the movement itself. So it becomes an easy thing to sway themselves into doing something else or skipping it entirely. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you how to create a workout that is exciting, that is enjoyable, and that you want to complete, because every single movement ties to your goals and the things you're trying to accomplish. So let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to create a workout that you actually want to do using a lifestyle approach. The first step here is figuring out what are our lifestyle goals. This is a major component of using a lifestyle approach to accomplish your goals, because the first thing we have to do is define what are those lifestyle goals so that we can align everything else with those goals. So for me, some of the things that are most important for me to get out of my workouts, one is going to be a strong back, because we plan to have a homestead and be working on a farm. So bending over and picking up really heavy things is going to be something I do for the rest of my life. So one of my lifestyle goals is to be strong for, let's just say, for the farm. And I'm going to specify my back, okay? We are going to be creating a lower body workout routine today, using myself as an example and building that program to align with my lifestyle goals so that it's a more enjoyable workout. The second thing I want it to do is I want this workout to make my legs stronger, specifically for jiu-jitsu. Okay, so I need my workout to both improve my back strength for the farm. I need it to make my legs stronger, specifically for jiu-jitsu. So we're gonna focus on building a leg day that functionally improves these things. So now we know some of the parameters of the workout and how we're aiming and aligning these pieces. So I need it to make my back stronger for working on a farm, and I need my legs to be stronger for jiu-jitsu. The next category of things I want to do is, like I said, we're trying to always identify all of the friction points or the things that typically knock us off course. And one that's really common for people is that their workouts go way too long. And I'm talking like hour to hour and a half workouts. So one of the things I need to do for myself is, nowadays I'm working at home, I'm not in the gym every day. I don't want to be there all day. I have other things I want to work on. I have other skills I want to be improving. So I don't want or need my workouts to last for an hour and a half to 2 hours or anything like that. So I want my workouts to be capable of being completed in 30 to 45 minutes, because that is something that will improve my odds of consistently showing up and doing my workouts, is if it has as few pain points and friction points as possible. I need to make everything about this workout enjoyable so that it serves me and I keep doing it forever, because that's the only way it's effective, is if I keep doing it. So I need my workout to last 30 to 45 minutes. I need it to improve my leg strength for jiu-jitsu and my back strength and core stability for working on the farm. So now we have some general guidelines. So I know I'm only going to choose 30 to 45 minute workout, 4 movements total, 3 sets per movement. So I'm gonna get 12 working sets on my targeted muscle groups with each of these workouts, and that's enough for me. So now we can start choosing movements. So I'm already thinking for number 1, I think we're gonna go ahead and just put in deadlifts there. And that's because deadlifts, one, are an incredible movement for a number of reasons. It's pretty much a one-to-one for what I'm looking to get. It's gonna train the exact motion and movement pattern that I'm looking to improve for my life. So every time I do these deadlifts, I know I'm bulletproofing my back and I'm getting stronger and I am improving how productive I can be and how functional I can be working on the homestead and working on the farm and doing all these things, and that this will not be something I have to worry about anymore because I've implemented a solution for that inevitable problem. Number 2, so with jiu-jitsu, I'm someone that likes to fight on my back a lot. So I've always got my legs wrapped around people and trying to control their movements. And so I need really strong adductor strength to help me control people and keep my legs on them and keep them from breaking my grip. So using an adductor machine is, once again, it's a very one-to-one movement. It's training the exact movement pattern I need for the functionality I'm looking for. So I'm gonna say adductor machine. Part of what I'm doing when I'm thinking about these movements is I'm looking at my 2 goals and I'm saying, are there any movement patterns that I can replicate one for one over here? And like we said, bending over and picking up things. That's exactly what a deadlift is. Keeping people inside of my leg locks. That is exactly the thing that an adductor machine trains, right? So what's another movement pattern I'm doing a lot? In jiu-jitsu, another common movement pattern is me driving people away, pushing them away with my legs. And so I'm thinking a leg press machine where we keep the back as low as possible so that it's replicating me in jiu-jitsu where I'm lying on my back and I'm not in an inclined position. And I'm gonna drive my knees out to the side because, once again, that's a lot closer to the movement pattern that I'm utilizing in jiu-jitsu, as opposed to if I was doing a narrow stance leg press with my knees driving into my chest, right? It's just not a movement I'm really replicating in jiu-jitsu, so it doesn't serve me the same. So I'm always trying to make these as one-to-one as possible. And let's see, another movement pattern I have really commonly, not so much for the farm, but in jiu-jitsu, is a pulling motion or like a leg curl motion. That's gonna be much closer to like a seated leg curl machine. We have a very dynamic leg day that we've built, and now every time I do each of these movements, they're no longer just these arbitrary, random leg day movements anymore. Every single one improves valuable aspects of my personal life. And so suddenly this isn't a leg day I want to skip anymore, because I know the next time I get my ass kicked at jiu-jitsu because someone broke out of one of my leg locks, I'm gonna be like, it was that leg day I skipped. If I had done this, if I had kept my, improving these functions, right? The next time I get my back hurt bending over, I'm like, son of a gun, I should have been doing my deadlifts, right? So now there's a very direct reason why I want to do my workouts. I'm able to see the value so clearly. And when I start seeing my jiu-jitsu improve and I notice I haven't gotten pain in my lower back for a really long time, it feels good to go back and do this workout again because I know it's working, right? It's exciting to do these because with each rep, with each set I do, with each workout I complete, I know I'm getting better at these things. So now we've created this workout that serves our goals, it serves our life, it accomplishes the things we want, and it minimizes the problems we're gonna run into that would typically lead to me falling off. So now this is actually gonna be an enjoyable workout and something I want to do. So there you have it. We created a leg day workout that can be completed in 30 to 45 minutes. And every single movement is now attached to a very specific goal of mine so that I understand how each of these movements and these exercises are actually getting me towards multiple goals. Because I'm not just getting general fitness out of this anymore. I'm not just getting general benefits. I'm now getting hyper-specific benefits on top of all these general health benefits, okay? So I'm getting so much more wins out of this than just I did a workout. With every workout, I'm also bulletproofing my back and preventing injuries for the future for working on the farm and the homestead. I'm preventing injuries from jiu-jitsu, and I'm actively improving my most valuable positions within jiu-jitsu. So my workouts are suddenly very exciting for me because they're all translating to better performance in my other things that I care about. And this is it, guys. This is the approach. Is we always start with our lifestyle goals, right? The things that are most important to us. And then we start delineating downward and making sure that everything is pointing at those lifestyle goals. Whatever those most important things in your life are, everything is pointing at those. So we need the workouts to be convenient. We need them to be effective, but most importantly, we need them to be valuable. And we need to understand the value and not just believe, oh, I'm getting healthier, right? Well, we can do that with any kind of movement. So we might as well make the movements things we enjoy and we don't want to skip, because if we start skipping them, we're never going to see the benefit or the value from doing those things. So that's the game, is how do I make these workouts more personal to me, more enjoyable to me, so that they serve me better? That's what I'm here for, guys. Hopefully today was helpful. If you have any questions or you want to support the channel in any way, please like, subscribe, share, the whole bit and caboodle. Have a great day, guys. You're doing great.